Breaking news. A Niger Delta group, the concerned Niger Delta Vanguard, has asked the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, to investigate the circumstances surrounding the recent transfer of cases involving the defection of the 26 Pro-Wike lawmakers in Rivers State. And guys, we can recall that the Rivers State had, these 26 Pro-Wike lawmakers had asked the Chief Judge of Rivers to transfer, this case to another judge. And they had written this, making this order known. Now, this Niger Delta group, which allege a plot by the former lawmakers to ridicule the judiciary, urged the CJN to ensure that the decision was based solely on legitimate and legal grounds and not influenced by external pressures. This was contained in an open letter jointly signed by Dr. Umar and Francis, Pastor Paul James Obong Martins, others. Now, the group has claimed that the recent transfer of the case involving the defection of the 26 lawmakers in Rivers from the PDP to the APC has raised grave concerns about the integrity and the impartiality of the judicial process. According to the group, the transfer order has potentially undermined established legal principles and rulings of previous courts, creating a perception that the judiciary is, sustainable to individual influence and petition-driven manipulation. Therefore, they've urged the Chief Justice to go ahead and investigate the circumstances surrounding the transfer order, reaffirm the judiciary's commitment to upholding the rule of law, and maintain the original court assignment. Now, they've written this open letter to the CJN in regards to the recent transfer of case about the defection of the 26 Pro-Wike Rivers lawmaker in Rivers State from the PDP to the APC. And these developments, seems suspicious as they tend to look at its implications on democratic process. Now, the CJN of Nigeria in its position should investigate this and should look into this so as not to affect the judicial process, because it is very paramount that he investigates this issue. Now, the recent transfer of these cases from the Federal High Court to Port Harcourt, presided over by Justice Stephen Pam, to Court 2, headed by Justice E.O. Obele, to a petition filed by Honorable Martins Emeweli, a defendant in the matter, has raised grave concerns regarding the integrity of the court and the impartiality of the judicial process. And this transfer order, issued in response to a petition by a party facing allegations, potentially undermines and establishes legal principles and rulings of previous courts, thereby creating the perception that the judiciary can be swayed towards an individual influence. And this development raises serious questions about the potential for undue influence and partiality in our judicial system, potentially eroding public trust in the judiciary's ability to function as a fair and impartial, arbiter. And they've urged that the CJN must investigate the circumstances surrounding the transfer case to ensure that this decision was based solely on legitimate grounds and not influenced by external pressures, and to reaffirm the judiciary's commitment to upholding the rule of law. The established legal precedent and the ruling of the previous court must be respected. So these guys are out, and they've been alleged plot by some certain groups, some concerned Rivers groups, that these lawmakers are trying to undermine the judicial process. They are trying to buy the judicial judgment in this case, that they want to buy the judgment of the court. So it seems that ahead of the judgment of the court in these 26 Rivers Pro-Wike lawmakers, there've been talks that the judiciary might be compromised along the line, and that the CJN should look into this. Now, to maintain the original court assignment, Justice Pam, having already begun the hearing process in well positioned to see it through a fair and just conclusion, had noted that they would see to the transfer of this case to another court. But now that the transfer is ongoing, they've been called that they should investigate the transfer of this case, so as not to undermine the democracy and the judicial process in Rivers State. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? All eyes are on the judiciary in Rivers State ahead of the court judgment on the Pro-Wike lawmakers' defection case from the PDP to the APC. And I hope the Chief Justice of Nigeria will look into this so that the judiciary will not be compromised. Don't forget that there are some allegations that some certain influences from federal, that some certain persons wants to influence the judgment of this court from the federal, and it seems that all eyes are on Minister Nyesom Wike over this very issue. But then let's see how it goes, how they would pass judgment on this case. But we all know that this case will surely end soon. But some certain desperate politicians are hell-bent on making sure that these lawmakers come back to the People's Democratic Party, whereas they are not, and they are no longer members of the PDP, because the PDP have disowned them. That is why they approached the courts, challenging the orders of the PDP, and also maintaining that they are still members of the People's Democratic Party. So this petition, I hope it gets to the CJN of Nigeria. If he will look into this, I hope they don't sweep this petition under the carpet, so as they can probe the transfer case of these 26 Pro-Wike lawmakers, because there's tension in the state ahead of the court judgment, ahead of the court rulings. All fingers are crossed. Meanwhile, there are speculations going on that some certain persons, most especially the Pro-Wike lawmakers, are hell-bent on trying to undermine the judicial process in the state. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.